Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. Today I'm in my bedroom. I'm surrounded by all the products that I have used to help me survive the first trimester of my pregnancy, and I'm also going to be doing my pregnancy Q&A today. So kind of lump it all into one video. Everything I am talking about in this video, whether it's like a book or a vitamin, any of that, is going to be linked in the description bar below for you guys to shop. Again, I said this in my last video. Some people are saying that it's like harder to see the description box now on like your mobile YouTube app. I promise the description box is still down there. You have to like click the arrow beside the title, and then like very tiny letters it says read more, and then you have to click it again. It's a little frustrating. I wish I could like reach out to them and be like, hey, please change that back. But I promise the description box is down there and everything I'm talking about is gonna be linked in the description box. While you're down there, go ahead, click the subscribe button. I would love to have you guys join the fam. You can follow me here on my main channel, or you can follow my husband and I on our vlog channel, which I like right there for you guys. That is where the gender reveal for this baby is going to be on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We cannot wait for you guys to know. I'd been using the baby's pronoun. I had to stop because I wanted to like not catch myself. I just need to be careful. So we're ready to tell you guys the baby's gender. So it'll be up on our vlog channel along with a lot of other pregnancy related vlogs. So follow us there. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have notes here on my phone. I'm gonna try not keep this part too long because I do know the Q&A. You guys submitted a lot of good questions. I do want to put this in the beginning of the video though, because one thing I did want to note. So yesterday, or no, a couple days ago on my Walmart YouTube video, I got a comment from a girl, and I don't think she meant it poor intentions, but you know how like some people will just be like, oh, are you sure there's not twins in there, to like a pregnant woman? Like, no pregnant woman has ever found that funny. Like, we should know better than to talk about a non-pregnant woman's body. So like, why are we talking about pregnant women's bodies? But the woman basically said something along the lines of like, am I sure my dates are correct? And like, do twins run in my family? Because I'm like, she wasn't showing until her 5th month. Like, not all pregnancies are created equal. And my bump just popped out on Friday, and it definitely gets bigger when I eat. And I'd said that a lot in my Walmart video, and I even like showed a side profile of my bump, and I said like, this shirt is actually making my bump look significantly larger than it is, because it was one of the maternity shirts, so it had the ruching, and it just looked bigger to me even. But like, please stop talking about pregnant women's belly sizes. It's rude. Even if you don't mean it rude, it's so rude. Like, it's not okay to talk about a woman's size when she's not pregnant. So why do people think it's okay to do it when they are pregnant? And like, don't compare your pregnancy to any other pregnancy out there. All of us are unique. That is a beautiful thing. Every pregnancy is different. I know women who have had, they started showing when they were 6 months. I know a girl who started showing the day she hit 10 weeks. Both of those, like those women that I know that was how it worked. Like, that was their first baby. And so everyone's just different. And so don't compare yourself to others as far as pregnancy goes. And definitely don't ask me if I'm having twins because your bump looks different than mine does, or looked different than mine does. Like, come on guys. We know better than that. Okay, off my soapbox. Now we're gonna get into the video. So I talked about my husband and I shared a how we found out I was pregnant video on our vlog channel yesterday, and we like break it all down. It's funny to hear it back now. Like, we had no idea we were pregnant even though we had been trying. It's kind of embarrassing, but we tried for 5 months, and it is not lost on us how fortunate we are to have not only gotten pregnant so quick, but to get pregnant and not have any issues with just me having a rough pregnancy. We haven't had any miscarriages or anything like that. We know we are so fortunate. Both his mother and my mother have had horrible infertility issues, and my mom actually got the flu that didn't go away and ended up being very expensive and high maintenance for her. I mean, I think I was high maintenance all through college. So it was a very high maintenance and expensive flu that my mother got because she got pregnant by surprise. So it is not lost on us how fortunate we are to have gotten pregnant after 5 months. But we did start trying in March, and I actually went and did a full like visit with my doctor, talked to her about, we're gonna start trying, and she said you need to be on prenatals, and I can't remember how many milligrams of, I think she said folic acid. I can't remember exactly how much, but I know she said I needed to be on prenatals with a certain amount of something, and I immediately got in the car after I left and ordered these because I know it had significantly more than she said I needed to be on. So these are the Ritual prenatals. I like these because you only have to take 2. I originally found a bottle at the grocery store. I had to take 6 a day. 6. I was like, no. So you only have to take 2 of these, and they actually smell fresh. It wasn't hard for me to like ever take these during the first trimester. And they have choline in them, which is really, really good for growing babies. So I've been taking these since March every day. And then of course, you know, have continued throughout my pregnancy. And then I started, I'm so out of breath. Okay, so strangely enough, the prenatals that I do take do not have calcium in them, and the month before I got pregnant, I completely cut out dairy, and it made my periods so easy, or the period so easy. Like I completely forgot I was on my period. I mean, it was the easiest thing ever just simply because I cut out dairy, but the only thing is I didn't add it back, and I wasn't getting calcium because I wasn't eating or drinking, you know, like milk, anything like that. So I did start taking 500 milligrams of calcium daily, and I did talk to my doctor about that before doing that. Please talk to your doctor before like using anything that I recommend or share, before you test, you know, anybody on the internet. Just always talk to your doctor. And these, now I don't know if these were just like I got lucky and I just had an easy first trimester, or if these actually made a difference because I started taking these so early, but I have actually heard great things about probiotics and helping with nausea in general, especially pregnancy related nausea. I was taking probiotics prior to getting pregnant, and so when I just like ran out around the time I found out, so I was like, you know what, why not I see if there's a actual probiotic for pregnant women, and I found Pink Stork Pro. These are the probiotics to support your relief from nausea, indigestion, constipation, and more. I have hiccups. I'm so sorry. Gosh, I'm so out of breath today. The review section of this was amazing, and there were women who were talking about how this really helped knock the edge off of their morning sickness, and I actually could say that's true. Like I had like 2 rough days, you know, of pregnancy really, and my entire first trimester. Like I have had colds that were harder than my first trimester of pregnancy, and so I don't know if it was these, but I do know that the 2 days I felt sick as a dog, I started taking these the night of like that first day. Second day I didn't feel good, and then by the 3rd day I was like feeling a lot better, and I just kept feeling better and better and better as far as like nausea goes. I had a lot of horrible food aversions. My worst food aversion was to salmon, and I like had made a whole big plate of it, and I was so excited, and I put it on the fork, and I was just like, this looks so good. And when I ate it, I sat there and I was like, and that was like the one time I thought I was gonna throw up, and that was just my worst food aversion. And it's sadly all my other food aversions have gone away except for that one. And I was a big salmon girl prior to getting pregnant, and I'm super bummed about it. I tried the other night to eat salmon and I was like, oh, it's still so gross. So I don't know, maybe after I have the baby it'll go away. But yeah, I still can't eat salmon, but these definitely helped the food aversions. And then I also was really, really tired. Like I used to do back to back to back all-nighters during finals time during college. I don't know why I tortured myself and did that for multiple years, but it was just, I did it with all my friends and we all just did all-nighters. And that was child's play compared to how exhausted I was to the first trimester of pregnancy. But the good news is that once I have this baby, I'll always be tired. It's gonna be tired for life. Something else that really did help, again, like I didn't have a lot of nausea. These are the Pink Stork, same brand as these, the Pink Stork Morning Sickness Sweets. They're organic hard lozenges with ginger and vitamin B6 to support your relief from pregnancy related nausea. I carry these around because a lot of smells would make me kind of start to just feel queasy. And like if I was trying to cook food or make myself breakfast and I just like couldn't make it fast enough and I was just getting hungrier and hungrier, these would actually help kind of like take the edge off. So I did buy 2 bags of these. I don't think I've even gone through like a full bag, but they did really help. That and ginger ale. The only thing was acid reflux has been horrible since getting pregnant. Like I've never had acid reflux like this in my life, and ginger ale actually just made it worse. Like any kind of soda will just make it worse for me anytime I've had acid reflux. So ginger ale, that was like the one thing, is like I would feel better, but I would have really bad acid reflux after. So apart from that, those are really like the things I took. I am a huge smoothie maker, love smoothies, love all of it, but they take a very long time to make. And when I was like desperate for food, I could not get them made fast enough. So this isn't a necessity here, but I do love them. They're a little expensive, but they're basically the bump and blends. They have all kinds of different like smoothie kinds on their website, and you can pick between like what they support. So this one like supports energy. There's some that support mood. I don't necessarily think, you know, overwhelming this makes my energy like through the roof, but I like the ingredients in them. They're good for babies. They have all the nutrition facts laid out very easily on the back. It tells you what it helps improve. So this one says energy, mood, and muscle cramps. It tells you it's got a lot of potassium, fiber, antioxidants in it. And this is the ingredient list. This is like what sold me on it. So this is the full ingredient list. Organic banana, organic dates, organic peanut butter, organic almond milk, organic dark chocolate, and organic cinnamon. You add a cup of your favorite liquid. It says like water or milk mixed with like the cubes that come in this. I do a cup of oat milk and it is good to go. The only thing is it says it makes a 16-ounce smoothie, and it definitely does not. It makes a 12-ounce. But so yeah, it also says it makes like 2 to 4 servings. That is not true. It makes a 12-ounce smoothie. But these have just been great because I can literally just take them out of the freezer, throw them in the blender, put my liquid in, and I immediately have something that's on my stomach that's settled it. And again, like the ingredients in it are good, and I'm not having to spend 20 minutes pulling everything out, making a smoothie, putting it all back together. So love the bump and blends. And I also have added these to my smoothies. So I did collagen in my coffee or smoothies every day prior to getting pregnant, but I did want to switch to one that was made for like pregnancy or even postpartum, and that's what this brand is. It's called Needed. So it's called collagen protein for before, during, and after pregnancy. 15 grams of pure hydrolyzed collagen per serving, grass-fed and pasture-raised with no added hormones, and this is 60 calories for 1 scoop. It's got a lot of good stuff in here to help grow baby cells, the placenta. It did help a lot with nausea. Again, the mild nausea that I did have. So I want to preface, I didn't have bad nausea, but this, when I did have it, would make it better in a smoothie. This is also good for postpartum. It just has a lot of really, good stuff in it. And like, again, collagen is going to help your skin, which will also help, skin elasticity, but it also has protein in it. So I did get this from Amazon, and I add that to my like smoothies that I make. And so that's kind of been, as far as like food goes, what I've been loving. Books I do have. So a couple things I don't have with me that I'll forget. So the pregnancy pillow, you actually can't see it. It's behind here on my bed. I did go ahead and get a pregnancy pillow a couple weeks ago because my boobies. So my actual boobs haven't grown a significant amount in the sense that like they're out of my cup size. They are a lot bigger, but they're just more full. Like I feel like my boobs just feel so much heavier and like very sensitive to the touch. So I got one because I'm a girl who likes to sleep with like pillows all around, like in between my legs and everything anyway. And so I was like, you know what? I can only add so many pillows to this bed. Let me just get a pregnancy pillow. My husband hates it. I love it. But it was like great because I could like actually like put it kind of like close to like in between my boobs and like help cushion the blow from rolling over at nighttime. And then also I've been using the bio oil. So I talked about this in tons of videos prior to getting pregnant. I bought it because pregnant women talked about using it on their stretch marks and said it just helped so much. Either if they had them, it helped reduce the look of them or prevent them. So I was using it on my thighs and my boobs, and I can definitely tell you it has already removed completely the stretch marks from my right thigh. My left thigh has like worse stretch marks. My boobs are getting there. And then it actually has helped now that I've been really slathering it all over my belly, the scars that I had from 2 like back-to-back within 7 months laparoscopic surgeries I had in 2016 and 2017. The scars just aren't the cutest, and one of them is like right below my belly button, and it kind of makes it look a little funny. So I've noticed that it's definitely starting to like minimize the appearance of that scar. So I'm hoping that it continues to prevent stretch marks, but if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I will take stretch marks with my child if that's what I get any day. Like I would rather just have the baby. Like I'm okay with stretch marks if it means I have a child. And my mom had horrible stretch marks. Like stretch marks to my family are like sand to the beach. Like we get stretch marks in this family. So I'm doing everything I can, but like I said, if I get them, I get them. And then my husband's book. So I'll start talking about this one. This is the We're Pregnant, the First Time Dad's Pregnancy Handbook by Adrian Culp. I believe this is like he wrote it because there wasn't one he felt like that was good when his wife was pregnant. So my husband likes this one, but also doesn't. So it's great, and the reason I like got it for him is so, like, for instance, you turn to week 28 here, and the first thing is it says a jump in viability. Babies born at 28 weeks have an incredible 96% survival rate. So it walks you through, like, as a man, where your wife is or girlfriend is, you know, in her pregnancy, and it also kind of tells you like baby stats. So like this week the lungs are maturing and baby's brain is developing rapidly, and mom is, you know, internal organs are becoming squished, and like all of this stuff. So it's great in that sense, but he was like really peeved when he first read this because Sam is like, I don't even want to call it a modern day husband because I feel like he's just a good husband, but also I feel like this should just be like the standard for a husband. Like you should just like do these things. As he said that like the guy was saying, help your wife with the laundry, help your wife empty the dishwasher. And Sam was like, I'm not helping you do those things. It's my laundry too. It's my, like, those are my dishes too. And he said it just kind of felt like the guy still had very typical like old school male female roles, and he was like, I just don't think that's like right. He was like I don't help you do the laundry as like an extra benefit, like it's my laundry too. So while some people do have like, you know, the woman does the laundry because the guy does this or whatever, like he just felt like the way it was worded, it was like very old school. So that was the one thing he did say, that he was like, he really did not like that in the writing of this book, but he, like the statistics side of it is great. Taking Charge of Your Fertility is the book that I read when I was trying to conceive with my husband, and I had watched YouTube videos on people trying to explain the BBT thermometer method, and even the good videos don't explain it near as good as this lady. And I recommend every woman who is trying, as while tracking, I guess, if you're just like trying the whole natural approach of like do it a couple times a week, few times a week, whatever, like more power to you. We were gonna do it that way, and then the month of February we really were not trying. I was gonna give my body a break from the birth control because I stopped it in January, and in February we were like gonna just take the natural, let's just try, you know, whatever approach. And then when I actually started tracking using the BBT method, I was like, yeah, we totally missed the mark in February. And so that to me was like, it made me nervous, and I still didn't know if I ovulated. So I recommend the BBT method, like using the basal body temperature thermometer. I don't know if that's actually what you would call it. Taking Charge of Your Fertility is the book though. I'll link it below for you guys. She explains it so easy. You just wake up at the same time every morning, take your temperature, and she not only explains like why it's good and the benefits it has, but you can now put your temperature into the Fertility Friend app. It creates the line for you, so it's not old school. You're not like doing it, you know, like circling something yourself and drawing a line. It's like a little bit more new and modern. But she also like shows you how to like read the chart and what to know. So if you have like an 8-day follicular phase, like you can look at your chart and be like, wait a minute, that's not right, versus just going through OPKs and you don't know how many you've taken. If you look at it and you're like, okay, for the last 3 months, I've had like 8-9 day follicular phases. That's not good. Something's going on. You can take that to your doctor. So she explains like how to read the charts as well. I cannot recommend this book enough. It was so easy. So easy to just wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, stick a thermometer in my mouth. It was digital. It would beep. I put it in the Fertility Friend app and it just drew all the little lines for me. Now, I did not like What to Expect When You're Expecting. I think that book is terrible. It's so all over the place, and maybe it's because I read it on a Kindle. I definitely think you do need like a book like this, especially because it has all these little like excerpts all over it in a like hard copy form, but I just didn't, I felt like it was so jumbled together. And I've told Sam over and over and over again, labor does not scare me, pregnancy does not scare me, childbirth does, like none of it scares me. What scares me is taking care of the child after I bring it home. Like, what do I do? Well, this is called What to Expect the First Year, and this is amazing. It walks you through like exactly what you need. Not just like you need onesies. It's like you need 5 onesies in this size and 7 onesies in this size, and you need bottles, and these are the different kinds of bottles, and this is how many we recommend, and you can get this. And then there's like a whole chapter on breastfeeding, like a whole chapter. And that was another thing I wanted to really read up on. So this is great for the first year of life and talking about development of babies. So that has been a book I'm so glad I found. And then the only other thing is this. So when my food aversions were really bad, now prior to getting pregnant, and I will talk a little bit about this in the Q&A because I've looked through the questions, I was in the best shape of my life. I had the cutest abs, best like I was so in shape, and I'm not anymore. But I was eating really, really healthy. Like I was eating salmon a couple times a week. I was eating lots and lots of greens, and I was eating eggs. And as soon as I got pregnant, every single one of those cravings went away. And I only wanted goldfish, pickles, and like cereal with whole milk. Any other kind of milk made me want to just vomit. And I went to the doctor at my 8-week appointment, and I was like, listen, I'm just so stressed. Like, I am not giving this baby the right nourishment it needs. And I was like, she could kind of tell I was stressing out, and she put her hands up. She was like, listen, what we're concerned with right now is you just making it through the first trimester, staying hydrated. She was like, you need to stay hydrated. If you are hydrated, you have a happy baby. She was like, we will worry about the food, the health, and the weight gain and all of that when you hit your second trimester or when you start feeling better, whichever comes first. She's like, we're not worried about that right now. And so while I did have to start like paying attention to my weight, which is not something I did prior to getting pregnant because I was more focused on like measurements, that is something I have to pay attention to now just because doctors do want you to kind of keep an eye on it. But she was like, you need to be drinking a lot of water. And I said, well, I usually drink about 100 ounces a day. Is that good? And she was like, that is perfect. So I actually just got a water bottle that was 50 ounces because I was tired of refilling the other one up so many times. So 50-ounce water bottle. You can do a 30 ounce if this overwhelms you. I said 100 ounces a day, and her eyes lit up and she was like, that is perfect. So that's what I've been using to stay hydrated. All right, I will try not to blabber on. I already kind of gave you guys my little brief synopsis on what I feel about people talking about the size of pregnant women's bellies. Just don't do it. And actually one of the questions that I got was, have you gained any weight? I gained a lot in my first trimester. So I did, but then it actually all fell off on its own because I was able to start eating normal again. So actually now I stepped on the scale this morning, I've only gained 4 pounds. So I got on the scale day after I found out I was pregnant because I was like, I have not stepped on a scale in like 4.5 months, and saw my weight, and I made a mental note, and I was like, all right, this is your weight. And I think I ended up gaining like 8 pounds those first few weeks, because again, I could only eat like goldfish or cereal with whole milk, and cereal brand didn't matter, but it was whole milk specifically, and I had not done dairy in a long time, so I puffed up a lot during the first trimester, and pickles. But once all that went away and I was back to eating grilled chicken, still can't eat salmon, but like steak and my veggies and greens and eggs, the weight just naturally, I mean, most of it almost fell off. So I've only gained 4 pounds in my whole first trimester. And every girl is different. This is probably the only time I'm gonna share how much weight I've gained or whatever, but because every girl's different, every pregnancy is different. Like I said, you cannot compare yourself. But I did ask, that was a question I asked my doctor. I said, you know, how much weight am I expected to gain? She gave me the range, and that was based off of my BMI post or pre-pregnancy. So it's just different for everyone. And so I only gained 4 pounds so far in my first trimester, and that's pretty decent. But again, I mean, that was just once I was able to eat healthy again. Most annoying part, what is the most annoying part of pregnancy so far? I don't think anything of it has really been annoying other than the extreme amount of unsolicited advice. And it's such a natural thing. Like humans, we want to be, well, one, we're just curious people. We're curious, we want to know, we want to be involved, but also we want to help and feel like we are, you know, in it. And it's just like people out of the blue sending me articles and giving me all this crazy advice. And I'm just like, I'm the first person to raise my hand and be like, hey, I need help, or hey, I need advice or something. And so the amount of unsolicited advice I have received, I'm just like, whoa, this is a lot. Everyone has their own opinion, everyone has their way, and that's fine. It doesn't bother me, and I wouldn't say it's even annoying. It's just not what I expected. I was not prepared for that aspect. But no part of it has really been annoying. It's just been pretty, I hate to be this girl, but just like, oh my God, my pregnancy is so easy. But I mean, it has been. It's just been simple, like easy. Any change in your workout routine? So I did have to quit Orange Theory. I know that there are some women who do Orange Theory throughout their pregnancy. My doctor was not about that when I explained to her what it was. And the biggest thing was that it's a 1 full hour of high intensity workouts multiple times a week. She was kind of like, And then I explained to her what it was, and she was like, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. And because it was like, they want you to like, you never know what you're gonna walk into. And so sometimes like you need to use a 25-pound weight, you need to be using 20 or more. And just, you know, that's not necessarily a big deal, but she was just like, you can modify that, you can modify that, you can modify that. But then when I told her that they like, when you're on the treads, they want you to like push yourself, or when you're in your all out or whatever, be able to say 2 minutes, 2 words or less in like a minute, or 2 words or less in like a conversation or something. She was like, absolutely not. No, she was like, no, done. Absolutely not. And so I did quit Orange Theory because I could modify those things, but with as expensive as that membership is, yeah, I was not going to be modifying every single aspect of the workout. But she just wasn't, she wasn't about it. She kind of did leave it up to me, but she was just like, no, you better not be doing anything that exerts you to the point where you can say 2 words or less in a sentence. No. But other than that, no, I've been able to do everything. I have to be a little bit more careful with the ab exercises I do because I don't want to get, I can never pronounce it, diastasis recti, is that what it's called? I don't want to get that, so I have to be careful with the ab exercises. But apart from that, I've been able to do my sweat app and the open fit app totally normal. This morning I went on a run with no issues. Well, that baby got real nice with a solid run, and it was real cold outside. I was not expecting my lungs. I know that baby was probably in there just moving around even though I can't feel it. So that's really it. I can't do Orange Theory, but I mean, almost everything else have been cleared to do, which feels good. I did not work out for, I don't think I worked out for about 3 weeks. I tried, like I would go on walks or something, but I was just so tired that I didn't have the energy to. And also I kind of explained this when we lost, like Sasha was really sick, and before she passed, the little energy that I did have, you know, I was giving it to my job, but like when that was all over, I didn't want to be focused on working out. I wanted to focus on Sasha. So I was exhausted, but now I'm back to my completely normal workout routine. Can you show us a bump date? So I did give you guys a little whole brief synopsis. Like seriously, do not compare your baby bump to mine, to anyone else's. It's so rude. So my jeans, okay, so I'm already wearing maternity jeans. You can't see it from the side. Already wearing maternity jeans because I wear high-waisted jeans usually. Not much, but it is there. Let me actually pull this down. I think you can kind of see it better if I pull this down. Little bump. Not much. I don't think this looks like much to people, but there is something there. Again, like certain tops make it look much bigger, and like after I eat dinner tonight, I will look super pregnant. So it just depends on how much I've eaten and stuff, but that is what it looks like on a normal day. It looks just different to me. Maybe it doesn't look different to anybody else. You can go to my Instagram. There's a picture of me in a green cardigan, and even I looked at it and I was like, girl, you look pregnant. And even Sam saw that and he was like, what? And I put on the shirt and I showed it to him. He was like, ah, it's the shirt, the way it's like pulling. So, you know, just does show a little bit, but I did have to get maternity jeans because I wear super high-waisted jeans, and I just got like super bloated early pregnancy, and my jeans were like, yeah, no sister, this isn't working. And maternity jeans from Target, they're like 30 bucks. They're very comfortable. And Sam even said today, he was like, I can't tell you're wearing maternity jeans. Like they look really good on you. When is the gender reveal vlog coming up? Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I regret, I should have just told you guys like so much sooner, but we wanted the pregnancy to have its own moment and then the gender to have its own moment. But like, I cannot wait for you guys to know. Everyone right now is voting girl. So vote in the comment section what you think. Heart rate is what everyone seems to be going off of. First appointment was 155, second was 164. Were you trying just with ovulation tests, or were you just going with it, just curious we were trying to conceive? So this was a huge question, along with how long were you trying to conceive? So I stopped birth control in January, gave myself February to kind of just breathe and also kind of figure out my cycle. And I was pretty proud of my body. It immediately jumped right back into its normal routine. 29 days are my cycles, and I ovulate on day 16. So we started trying in March, got pregnant in July. Now, I recommend the basal body temperature like method, or taking charge of your fertility method. It is so easy. I will link the thermometer I use. It is this digital thermometer. I got it on Amazon, and it like you literally just put it in your mouth in the morning. When you wake up, your waking time has to be the same within like, I think it's 15 minutes. And I would take the temperature that it would say and just put it in the Fertility Friend app. And that was that. It would draw the charts up for me. And the reason I like this is because your temperature is low pre-ovulation, it's high after ovulation, and that way you can confirm ovulation. That is huge to me. Like for people always be like, oh, you don't really know if you ovulated. And like, yes, genuinely don't know. I believe you have to have like an ultrasound to 100% confirm it. But I also get the like Mittelschmerz, I think is what they're called, ovulation cramps. So I could not only like see it, that my temperature was like low, I could feel it. Like seriously, I would feel like a really, not intense, but like a little pain of some kind really quick. And then the next morning, my temperature would go up and it would stay high. So I knew I had ovulated. So I just like that because you can confirm ovulation. That is super cool to me. And like, I learned a lot about my body through that book, and I was like, women's bodies, y'all, we are some bad asses, okay? But I also did use like ovulation strips. I did this in February, but I continue doing it throughout because it just kind of helped me make sure, again, everything's on track, but it also helped with like my peak. Because there was 1 month I ovulated on day 15 and I was like, wait, what? But these are like really cheap. I'll link them from Amazon below. You can get them like a pack of 100. They do have like 2 different kinds of packaging. They work exactly the same. These were the pregnancy tests that I took. And you guys will see that in the how we found out we were expecting video. So it's a like cheap brand, but it, you know, it works. And so I did take those just to kind of confirm that I was in fact going to ovulate. It kind of just helped me track my fertile window better. I did originally use this. So I have said for a long time I was gonna try and use the Ava bracelet to get pregnant, and I actually bought this in December because I knew we were gonna start trying soon. And then I actually got it in and I hated it. The app had so many issues and it like wouldn't record or wouldn't take my data. It says it can take up to like 6 months to learn your cycle. And so even though I wasn't really relying on this because I learned pretty quickly that I hated this, it's super hard. Like the app is super hard to read and understand. I even showed it to my doctor just to see, and she was like, I don't know what any of that is. Like it just doesn't make sense in the same sense that like a doctor could read a BBT like chart. So I kept using this to see if like maybe I would like it to share with you guys. This thing is absolute garbage. Do not waste your money on the Ava bracelet. I know that there are people out there who have liked it. It is absolute garbage in my opinion. Again, this thermometer was like $3. The Fertility Friend app is free. These are like 20, you can get like 100 packs for like $10. Like it's so easy. And this is like a $200 bracelet that doesn't work half the time. So don't use that. Good Lord, this video is gonna be a long one. Do you have a baby name picked out? So I did share this on my Instagram, and I want to thank you guys so much for being so positive and encouraging. So we do have a name picked out, and we won't be sharing it until after the baby's born. I'm just going to post it on Instagram. I bought a little blanket with the baby's name on it, but it's not an overwhelmingly unique name, but neither Sam nor myself know anybody with this name, and the people that we've told don't know anybody that has that name either. So we've only told like very close family and friends, but how do I put this? We got some unsavory comments about the name. People who feel like they have like pull on the baby's name. And I was like, no, it's like not up for discussion. Like this is the baby's name. And so after that, I told Sam, I said, all right, so we've told these people, that's it. That's all who can know. And we're not telling anybody else until the baby's born. And then when we have baby number 2, we're not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody. Because I just, those comments just piss me off because they didn't agree with the name or liked another name better. And I was like, okay, it's not up to you. And so many of you guys were like, I had the same thing. Girl, do what's best for you. Or a lot of you even said you didn't tell people for the same reason. A lot of you guys said you kept it a secret until the baby was born for the same reason. Like it just made me feel a lot better. So baby Robinson does have a name, but we won't be sharing it until the baby's born. Are you going to a baby moon in Germany so Sam can finally go to that soccer game? No, we've actually talked about this. We will be going to Germany with our child in a few years. But with the world still kind of trying to get its traction and find its, I feel like we have found our new normal. The whole world really has, but there's still some things up in the air, and just traveling internationally while pregnant isn't ideal. You can't travel in your 3rd trimester, especially not overseas. And so, no, our baby moon, we're thinking Asheville because it's so beautiful. Or somewhere we can drive to, but no, we will not be going baby moon in Germany, but we are still going to Germany. We were planning on going the year that COVID hit, but COVID was like, no, you can travel to the mailbox. What are you most excited about? When they lay the baby on my chest. I could get like so emotional thinking about like just having the baby and then laying that baby on my chest for the first time. And that's it. This video is probably gonna be one of my longest I've like ever filmed in my entire life, but that is it for pregnancy questions. If there are any more you guys have, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I am so excited. I'm so glad that I'm in my 2nd trimester and like I'm like literally knocking on the door of it this week. I'm just feeling a lot better, but I'm now in the place where I'm really impatient and I'm ready to start feeling the baby kick. Like I just want that to happen. And I hear it can start as early as 16 weeks. Some people say your first baby, you feel it a lot later. But my doctor has said, she's like, you're very in tune with your body. And same with my mom. My mom said that. She was like, you're so in tune with your body, but yet I had no idea I was pregnant. So I'm hoping I start feeling it a little bit earlier. I think they say it's like 25 weeks is like the latest women have reported feeling it for the first time. So I'm just ready to start feeling the baby kick. But Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are made it this far, you are a gem. But thank you guys. Love you so much. Don't forget to go below and click the subscribe button if you are new here. And I hope that I see you guys in my next video.